And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Seems as though my boy
Oh,
Kido went off onto a
apologies.
little bit of a haze here,
Okay, no,
but
no, no, no. Listen up. The OBS thing froze, and I didn't see the transition happen. To me, it was just we were still on the waiting screen. My bad.
hey,
My
we were
bad.
all on the waiting screen for this semifinal matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am now officially back once again. All the
Unfortunately.
hiccups. But unfortunately, he was able to see everything as well. I missed that 1 day vacation of not being able to see your face, but what
Yeah,
we
that
are
was my
not
vacation as well of not seeing your face. Vacation probably
exactly.
for the viewers as well to probably have a decent view. But
Oh, for sure, for sure.
today, now that we're in the semifinals, the teams are here and everything. I'm sure they'll be able to, go through this match even with you here. It's gonna be a good time regardless. We are gonna have our first best of three series of the tournament. The semifinals one will begin day one. We have Red Wings taking on Bang Bros for a spot in the grand finals.
Yep, absolutely. This is where the real fun is about to start, ladies and gentlemen, because finally we do have that tiny bit of a safety net that even if you lose out on one map, you're not out of the running just yet. You have that time to just experiment with your opponents just a tiny bit, not too much, of what can really be done up against them so that you can put up a good countermeasure going forward into the following round. Maybe you're not good in one particular map, you lost out on the map draft there. You still have that option, choose that secondary to something for a particular map that you can fall back on. And this is where I do believe that these underdog teams will really start to shine even better. Because you're going up against a very experienced team. You're going up against Red Wings. They have a lot of raw firepower on their arsenal. How do you counter them? You need to have a proper team setup that you can easily fall back on, right? Let's say your team, as a new and up and coming individual, you have worked hard on one particular map, you have counter-strategized your opponents, you already know what they're capable of, you know what they can do on this map. Even then, maybe your preparations fall a little bit short. You're stronger on the next one. You have that safety net on the best of three. Before, none of these teams they had anything to fall back on, but now it's a good idea to plan for that long game, but up against a team like Red Wings, which we know for a fact that they have pretty good fundamentals as individuals, maybe it's going to be the team play and synergy that will separate them, separate Bang Bros from the others that were struggling up against a team of their caliber.
Yeah, and if you remember back in the quarterfinals, both Red Wings and Bang Bros did struggle, even though initially we thought that they would pretty much take a clean sweep. Red Wings having more star power in their roster, having more individual talent, and players who've played with the top dogs of the game did seem like they had some trouble in reorganizing themselves as a team against a
Absolutely.
squad like Kronos Legends, who gave them a run for their money. That is an issue that they have struggled with, and I believe that could be a potential weakness that Bang Bros could target if they can break them down mentally, and in a best of three series as well. If you can demolish that unity among the squad, they're gonna have to be forced to play individually and play for themselves. Really, that could destroy the composition in whatever map you're playing on. And Bang Bros, they did struggle with that issue themselves, but I feel like they have a proper utility or synergized mentality within themselves. So this is definitely not something Red Wings should take lightly. They know they have those problems themselves. They need to make sure they do not fall under that same spell and maintain their composure throughout the best of three. Because these players, they have been in these situations before. They know how to maintain their endurance, maintain that momentum throughout the course of three maps if it does go that distance. So this should not be much of a challenge for them. But again, there are those weaknesses that can be exploited, which they will need to
Absolutely.
focus on. So Bang Bros, both of these sides, they have a pretty decent chance of taking themselves out. They're taking their opponents out. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. But again, remind you, this is a best of three, so it's all gonna come down to who knows how to maintain that composure in the long run, pretty much.
Yep, absolutely. With the first initial map being Lotus as well, three-sided maps could just be a little bit more of a favorite here. Once more, don't forget, on these three-sided maps, yes, they are prominent for much more experienced teams, but at the same time, it gives these up-and-coming teams a little bit more freedom to really plan what they want to do moving forward. You could easily counter stretch your opponents. There are a couple of set plays that even these professional, even other professional players just keep on falling back on. There's always a default that the players will usually play, and you can easily exploit those defaults if you find these patterns out early. And I'm pretty sure that the members of Bang Bros, they did do their homework, even if it's just a little bit, to understand exactly how Red Wings as a team have been playing here throughout this entire tournament. Because if they did not, oh boy, they could just be in for a rude awakening if they are not careful. It all depends on the momentum that they're able to bring onto the table and how they will perform as individuals going up against their opponents. As you can see, map plans are all in front of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Fracture immediately getting taken out of the equation by Red Wings. Not really that big of a surprise. There's a bunch of players on that team that really hate that map, so two three-sided maps being taken into consideration, and with the decider being bind, this might just go the distance or even be over on the first two maps, because Red Wings on the map of Haven, you really don't want to go up against that team on that particular map. Because if Red Wings are able to take that first map away from Bang Bros, then oh boy,
Yeah.
this, I don't think it's gonna be looking good.
Red
for them
Wings,
whatsoever.
they have a solid attacking setup on pretty much all of these maps, and the potential that the map of Haven gives to attackers, there's a lot going for them on this map pick, and going on the attack for the first half as well will be a blessing of sorts for that team. So Bang Bros will have a lot to live up to if they are to go to that second map, which they will, because we do play a minimum of 2. But again, it is important and very crucial that they play they win out this first map of Lotus. They did have a good time on it against their opponents back in the quarterfinal. It was Endeavor Fury. They went through a bit of a rough patch, but if they can play that synergized team coordinated fashion that they did show up with in the later stages of the game, they shouldn't have much trouble. It's easy to really, as much as it sounds weird to say this, it's not that difficult to break down a team like Red Wings. They are a bit on the younger side. They will struggle mentally if they are put in a tough spot. They can remind themselves this is a best of 3. The first map is only just the first map. We still have a long way to go. But again, for Bang Bros, the story is a bit different. They need this first map. They require that safety net that we talked about by winning Lotus, because Haven will be such a difficult map, and it might be biased to say this, but there is a very likely chance that they are not gonna win out on that just because of the sheer attacking power of Red Wings. And if you just look at these names, you definitely will know how dangerous this team up is on that aggressive map. But yeah, we're going to go into the first map agent selection for both teams. We are going to see the double initiator composition from Red Wings, the Breach and the Fade. Introvert's going to be on the Raise, and Bang Bros will go for a similar approach, but with double Duelist and a Gecko instead. So that's going to be interesting to see. They are going to go for a more firepower-ish team synergized composition. Let's see what happens. It's interesting to see.
What's more interesting to say is Doomsday is probably not going to be playing in this particular matchup. Mallory is going to be Inan, by the way. I'm pretty sure you remember him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Mallory is going to be here instead, playing for this particular matchup. Without Doomsday, that's a lot of firepower now off the table. Yeah, of course, I'm going to say a lot of firepower, but it's Introvert and Mallory. They still bring a lot down onto the table, even when they're playing these roles. But overall, coordination-wise, I do believe that Red Wings, they still could be the ones to come out on top for all of it, but maybe a knight in shining armor could be present for the members of Bang Bros here. Nyx and of course Ravage Lust. They've been phenomenal duelists here. They know how to play together as a team in a lot of these instances, but to have only your Gecko as that solo initiator, this is going to be a rough call for the map of Lotus, because you need a lot of information in a lot of areas. And if you don't have that Fade, I really don't know how they're going to be playing this.
The Gecko's a decent pick, but it paired with another initiator would definitely be a better call. in certain scenarios because of that information. Oh, we have player cams. That's so cool. Finally, about time. We're gonna see the faces of the players. It's gonna be interesting to
Yeah,
get
finally
their
something else to
reactions.
look at other than Kirito's face.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't get to look at my face while we're in the game aggressive.
God.
I mean, are
Thank
you
God.
are you
Thank
dumb or
God.
something? But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Aggressive does that sometimes. You'll get used to it, guys. But the first map of Lotus about to begin, as we are gonna go in to this first round attacking side. Bang Bros somehow gotta make this single initiator composition work. They are not gonna go for an aggressive push towards A, which is what usually the defenders do on their first round. Instead, they're gonna go and try and push C. Killjoy utility will be broken through as they the side of Mock will fall back. Mallory does trade onto Nyx. Rakushana with a follow-up and clears up this side. Pathu's trying to go for a flank. Instead, will be forced back as the Killjoy utility. Spike will finally go down in a 3 versus 3 situation. But both initiators might give Introvert an easier time trying to push back into this site for the spike defusal. Let's see if that happens.
3v3 on the map, but even then,
Find you.
Mr. Red Wings, they're going to be careful trying to go in for this engagement. Early sounds being given, they have some information of where the players are exactly holding towards.
Player stand.
It's gonna be one kill after the next. Introvert just swings across, using his breaches. Aftershock as a pseudo flash to immediately take that swing and be able to take out 2 positions. Beautifully done by Introvert. This is exactly what I meant. These players know how to even make a pebble or even a speck of dust work out into their favor. Small advantages is all that it takes for the members of Red Wings to really showcase what they're capable of. But for Bang Bros, first initial round, not really a bad call to take it over to a 3v3, get that spike plan down on towards the seaside. That's all that they could have hoped for. Now, it's about a time to retaliate. The sheriffs do hold a lot of merit, but once more, it's just the composition that they have. To have a solo Gecko really work out in their favor, they need a miracle and a lot of good luck to make sure that these outlaws and these operators in the hands of players of Red Wings don't just run them over.
That is exactly what's happening right now. Ravage Lust does put a stop to it for now. Mallory keeps the ball rolling, and with that, Pathu's the final kill onto ESD, takes out the players in relatively quick fashion, and we sort of knew that this was going in their favor because of the buys. The weapons differential would be a major factor, allowing them to get that 2 on the board. But that does give you a sign of what things are to come. That super aggressive push down A main. That is what normally defenders do to try and take control of that A main, so they have somewhat of an information on where these attackers are, and allowing them to sort of maintain map control as well. But the speed that they went at that for. That was quite impressive. Again, another seaside push using the Gecko Outlaw. Peek comes on from Mallory, but Nyx with the guns this time. Buy around for them. Makes it easier to take the side. Killjoy will be taken out of the equation, allowing easy access into the C side. The door does get open from B-Link, and that does allow her access to get 1 and 2. Not before Waruhe gets 2 of his own, though. Nyx trades it out to make this a 1v3, but the player is Introvert, and he has his showstopper. Door open, they know where he is now. So you definitely shouldn't count him out just yet. Has that Roomba as well to try and make some room. Get some additional damage down. The Raise Be Raised fight comes in, and Ravage Lust puts him in his place. That's going to be a 2-1 scoreline, and the side of Bang Bros, they finally clap back. The gun rounds do work in their favor, but right now that's the match just getting started. This is where when we sort of have a more stable economy for both teams, this is how you understand. This is when you essentially understand how this agent and utility play is going for either side, and that is the main concern that we have for the attacking side of Bang Bros. The lack of information just from that one solo. I think in general the lack of information is quite palpable for the side. They don't have any Fade or Sova. Even a Sky would be better in some of these situations, but let's see if they can make do with it. He comes in from Waruhek and he gets both Introvert and Savage. That's massive. A side opened up. Pathos is the only one there right now from the B-Link area. They should clear him out with relative ease. The race comes in, should give them the info. No, he himself takes them out. They don't even need smokes to get into this site. And now they're gonna try and get the spike down. Mallory Can he do something about this?
Really
As
needs
of
to
yet.
go in for that kill. Not being able to find it pretty much takes away a lot of the openings that the members of Red Wings could have had in this particular instance.
Killed my bot.
Maybe, hang on,
Turret out.
he has a chance to brute force an entry
Player
with
standing.
Mock on his side. Not going to be able to do much here. Next immediately comes through with the shutdown. These buys are just so dangerous. The members of Bang Bros, they're doing wonders here. Mock trying to be the boogeyman here. Couple of shots here and there, but it just does not bode well for them. The members of Red Wings having their fun here, but Bang Bros, they're answering back in kind. 2-2. An eye for an eye. As Even Stevens once again, ladies and gentlemen, as both teams, they might look even on the scoreline, but Red Wings, their economy is looking far worse than Bang Bros, who have enough money to go in for buys for 2 rounds consecutively if they even lost here.
I need a drop.
And they're close to their ultimates as well. This could change the round entirely.
Keep up the
Even
pressure.
though it's pretty much, settled to be a Bang Bros who win in the follow-up. That ultimate, those ultimate collection orbs can be quite useful in future rounds. Oh, what is happening here? Introvert does find a pick onto Ravageless, who I believe was flashed. And he was doing a bit of a boogie dance on that B main area. But still, the advantage lies with Bang Bros. This is more than they should give away. Not more than 1 or 2 deaths should be on the card. Look at Waduhek's position. He might find... Oh, he sees Savage and gets the triple kill as well. A little bit doozy on the first
One
part, but
enemy
he's gonna
remaining.
get that kill regardless.
Down.
Mallory trying to make a name for himself, but he will be traded out by Nyx. They do lose a lot of players though, but they do have enough money to keep that gun, keep that armory filled up with rifles. Byron for the side of Red Wings, and they gotta start to make a stand. Lead has been given away. Bang Bros are looking to be in a quite comfortable position despite all the lack of utility that we talked about. Their ability to maintain map control and sort of lead their opponents into coming for flanks, going for lurks. We saw that kill onto Savage. Those kind of map control plays is gonna find you picks and give you the advantage early on. Gun round does come in for Red Wings, and they are gonna try and aggressively keep control of this A main area. Introvert will be trying to dry peek that without much of an utility. Ravage lost, keeping that A main alive, and he will find 2 kills before he gets traded out with the nade. 3v4 situation comes in, and they're gonna try and go into B. There's not much utility to deny this. Mallory doesn't have anything on the Killjoy to stop them. Instead, he himself will fall back. The wingman goes with the spike plant, and that's going to be massively useful. Breach ultimate committed though, I think. And that will push them back severely. Fade ultimate behind that as well. And this gives Mock a chance to get these kills to try and keep his team alive. 2v4 situation. He's coming in from the flank. Savage with one more. Passes with the follow-up, and the spike will be defused. Round win for the side of Red Wings. They bring it back to 3-3.
Gotta love it when they see it. This is the speed of the gameplay here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what is at stake. Members of Red Wings, they are sweating once again. It seems as though none of these matches are going to be a one-sided affair for them. But I do see a little bit more structure now being present on the side of Red Wings. They're not completely relying on a single player to really push them forward over the edge here at any instance. And that's exactly what you want to see. That's the plan now. Switch out, send themselves over towards the seaside, very aggressive on the rush, but kind of questionable on the peak. Introverts still, regardless of strong with the showstopper, gets the 4 and he's looking for the 5th, but Savage steals it away from him. Red Wings, they start things off with a shebang. They spread their wings, go into the sky, and dive bomb down onto their opponents. That's good God. That was brutal. They got the perfect read on them as well. The members of Bang Bros, they were none the wiser to what was awaiting for them on that Z side.
Oh yeah, giving themselves a lead. And I gotta ask, did Mock peek before the flash came in? I think he did.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure
he was the human Flash.
Yeah, Pathus did flash for him, and I think Introvert made the most of it. Mock instead went, I might be wrong, but yeah, Rakushan that will take care of Introvert in the first seconds of this round, trying to retain that lead. An aggressive B push coming in from them. Mock on the other hand taking control of Mound on C. A site's completely left open. The Killjoy utility is all that stands between the attackers and defenders at this point. Savage low on HP. Will be deciding to fall back. What? The flash comes in. I thought that was a player for a second. I was like, how did he satchel all the way up there? Nah, it was the flash coming in, and they will take control of the C main area. 3 players rotate there, and I believe the Mallory might go for a flank. The alarm bot will stop him from doing anything more, and the attackers now switch their attention to the B site. If he runs quick enough, he can catch a bunch of these players out and sort of sandwich them in a tough position.
You should
Pathus
run.
comes in, try and stun and deny entry, but the Killjoy ultimate being used to just empty this site out. Are they gonna commit to this is the
30
question.
seconds
Time is
left.
ticking away. 30 seconds left on the clock, and Pathus with another kill with the breach. 4v4 situation now. They gotta make it fast. They gotta get in there quick. Wingman plant is gonna come in. They've controlled most of this site. The players fall back at the sound of the Raze ultimate. Pathus again trying to come in from behind. Knock comes in with the flank. Pathus as well joins him. Mallory from the other end. They're all getting these kills. He tries to keep himself alive, but only good for 1. And with that, Red Wings carry on the win streak. Things were looking rough early on, but they make it count again.
It's all about the map control. When you look at the map, when they were trying to go in for this retake, you could tell that they had every single avenue under control. The one portion that they didn't have under control was towards ceiling. But the thing is, you don't need ceiling control if you have players coming in through double doors, one coming in through heaven, then you have the 2 players coming in from B main, and the one coming through from double doors. Like, what are you afraid of? Absolutely nothing, right? That's kind of the thing. The members of Red Wings, I didn't see this one previously when Doomsday was playing on this particular roster. They were not really playing for control. They just wanted to take gunfights and take a win from there. But now, the amount of overall control that they have is a requirement. Maybe I spoke a little bit too little too soon here as introvert. Channeling his inner Doomsday, went in for a little bit of an unorthodox swing, and that could just cost them here. Yeah, of course, Intro doesn't really have an ultimate in his hands, but to be able to charge it just a little bit more with a couple of ult points here and there and a kill or 2, it could have been different.
Very well might have, but instead he's gonna give away the kill and give them away the man advantage. Now it's gonna be Mallory in a world of hurt as the push comes in. Ravage Lust with the nade finds him. His entry will be slowed down because of the breach utility. They will have that flank under control as well from the help of Wadu Heck. The entry still goes down as Mock finds one, so does Pathus. Now the frags are coming back to their side. Trades will be there, but Mock trying to go big. Last player alive, Ravage Plus takes care of him. Things got a little bit hectic there as they went for a quick retake, but side of Bang Bros hold strong. They're gonna get another round in their favor, and they're gonna keep things tight. I feel like they are committing themselves to really taking this first map. Like we said, it is important that they do. Unless, of course, they have something insane planned for Haven. But for now, 5-4, things are quite close. Both sides on their buys. Economy is going to be relatively secure for either end. Bang Bros do lack some money on some of their players, but that they can maintain this economy if they can carry on to win a few more rounds. Get the lead as well. We are going to go into a pause. Bang Bros, they are going to be the ones calling for it, but so far, I can't really put a pin on which side is looking a lot stronger. Sure, Red Wings, they are showing their retake skills quite fashionably well. The utility is good and everything. They're looking more cohesive as a team. So you can never really count out a team like Bang Bros until you see maybe double digits and they're a significant gap in the round count, because they know how to play off of that snowball effect. They know how to build up momentum. And once that happens, it's all gonna shift completely. If that happens, it is.
Yeah, it really does depend on whether or not Bang Bros are going to be able to ride the highs of the couple of victories that they're able to get. You can tell that the aim-wise, every single one of the players of Bang Bros, they can go toe-to-toe with Red Wings. And that's what you would love to see. Bangros, they don't really have a lot of structure in this particular team either. They're just able to find trades at every turn. They're very good rank players, and individually and as a team, when it comes down to the fundamentals of Valorant, they're able to catch on to Red Wings pretty quickly. And unless we see individual brilliance just pop out of absolutely nowhere, a couple of the rounds that Introvert was able to do, any small mistake being done by Red Wings is being punished drastically by Bang Bros. And this could be a repeating theme throughout this entire BO3 if the members of Red Wings are not careful of what they do next.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more pressure on the side of Bang Bros to maintain their composure. It's gonna be such a difficult series for them to win if they aren't able to. If they do lose out on this, carrying through, like you said about their performance, they need to make sure they keep on living the highs of their wins on these rounds in a map like Lotus. Use that as a momentum boost. Use that as a little boost of confidence, if you want to say that we definitely gave them a run for their money in that first map. This next map will be their pick. If we can play it a little bit more smartly, in a little bit more organized fashion, use our little in-between breaks between maps to really come up with a proper plan. It's still theirs for the taking, but team like Red Wings, they can absolutely demolish that confidence in a matter of seconds. Again, trying to go for a more passive approach, and this is, I feel like, very uncharacteristic for a bunch of these players. They're taking it real slow. A lot of these maps, a lot of these avenues in a map like Lotus. Mock ready on that Omen flash. Try and support his fellow defender to try and take a peek while the entry happens. We are gonna see a lurk push towards A though. Tucked in the deep corner will be Savage. They have to clear him out for a rotation. Oh, they don't.
Bam.
They don't clear him out, and Savage is gonna take full advantage of that. Horn comes in, doesn't really connect. Does he expect the second player to be there? What the heck? Can he get the trade in? He needs to. He fails the shot, and now he's gonna be forced to fall back. Support is there from Introvert. Seaside entry is yet
left.
not done. Below 30 seconds. They're so split up. The spike is there on A, but the players are there as well for set of Red Wings. Where do you go now if you're the attackers? Not clearing out that deep angle seems to be much bigger of a problem than he thought it would. Looks like they're committing to the C, but the Killjoy ultimate comes in to deny entry. Mock pushing as well. ESD does trade. Wadu Heck takes the frag onto Introvert. Both sides opened up with 5 seconds remaining. They have nothing left to do. They get Wadu Heck. But Savage and Mallory, they're still alive. There's no time. This is a absolute blunder of a round. You can't make mistakes like that.
You can trust my bots.
Yeah,
No idea where to go. They're spread too thin all over the map.
this is what happens when you play the default a little bit too hard, especially up against this instance of Red Wings, because Mallory's on the team. They're a lot more defensive heavy, and they can play for that anchor inside of the side instead of playing that hyper aggressively. Those early aggressive takes, not really that bad of an idea, because without Nyx to spearhead a lot of these overall pushes that Bang Bros like to go in for, they do not have as much firepower as they did previously. And it is a double-edged sword for that very particular reason. Slowing down now, once again. Both teams, they're looking for a little bit more of a different avenue here, but with the flash in hand, ready, prepped, and up, they're gonna be opting for that swing. But oh my god, gotta love the flicks on this man. He's looking for more, and what the heck, not even mentally prepared for that one. As Red Wings, they turned out the heat in pretty much 1 second.
In the half.
It was cool as a cucumber in the last round, and then this one, it was pretty much Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, that's not a bad strat to go for, trying to keep your opponents on their toes. Keep them guessing on what kind of plays are gonna come in now, and especially when they're unable to react properly. Switching up the strats is definitely a valid way to play the game. And definitely a bit of a switch up here as Mock's gonna go for the op on the Omen, peeking that C-long area. C-main will be with heavy scrutiny. Op shot comes in, the flash deters, and he's gonna fall back. He's got another rifle to play off of. Actually, did he take a hit? Did he take a dink? He might have taken a dink there, and he's barely on any HP.
You should run.
He's gonna try and fall back. Lockdown comes in from the attackers. The site will be theirs. There's nothing to deny this as of now. The breach is in no position to slow this push down. But they are taking their time with the entry. Lockdown finally complete. Introvert on the flank though. Do they have anyone to check this? Door is opened. They realize they're gonna try and fight this. Here comes the plant from the wingman. Introvert pops out, so does Mallory. They're gonna get these kills. Follow up on to Wadu Heck. He's gonna get the trade, but Savage, he's keeping the tempo up. The side is theirs and it's all on to Wadu Heck. Defuse is already underway. Doesn't even matter. Pathus gets the kill. Such a fast and clean retake, and the map control from the side of Red Wing pushing out of doors. And the players from CT will have much easier time trying to retake the site. They were split heavily there. On the retake, the attackers, they weren't able to hold the site or even plan for a retake before Red Wings could even react. That was so fast from them.
Yeah, this is bound to happen if you are not really prepared to go in for these rushes and take over space quickly. Space control is just so crucial on this particular map that, yeah, let's say you get in towards the side, you have site control, whoop de freaking do, because don't forget, there's so many different extensions that you need to worry about that unless you extend the site as much as you possibly can and try to force your opponents to waste their utility that they could just be using on the retake, then you are pretty much done for as soon as they start flooding in. That's exactly the problems that the members of Back Rows fell into here, but going in towards this pistol round, carrying so much weight on an 8-4 half, you do not want to lose out on the pistol. Nix's position, compromise, Introvert with a fast swing, he is relentless, knows the last position of the player, but Ravage Lost and Rakushona still holding down the line, flashes across, Ravage Lost, able to find one more somehow in some way, shape or form. He's able to keep things competitive for his team, get those 2 frags, possibility of a plant now in the cards here as Mock gets the plant down with a slow eventual push out coming through from the opposite end. Yes, so good for maybe one more shot. Mallory doesn't really find it. Mock tries to go in for the dink, but Wadu Heck is just way faster. 8-5, ladies and gentlemen, and Bang Bros, or the 2v2, they just played it way better.
Oh yeah. Finally finding a good start to their half. 8-5.
Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it, please.
That's gonna be a blessing for them as they do go in with the advantage. The money will allow them to go for buys.
Can I get this?
And if they win this out, they can close that gap just a bit more.
Turret out.
Can't really count out Red Wings even though they're on eco. We see these sheriffs coming into their buys, and those can be quite deadly on the hands of players like Introvert and Savage, even Mock. These kids, they know how to use these weapons, they know how to find value. And despite that weapons differential, we don't see any kind of an initiative from Bang Bros to keep control of maybe this C main or this A main area. They're gonna play behind and play off of the retake. Not a bad strategy to go for, but you gotta be ready for any kind of interesting plays, interesting shots that might connect, giving the attackers the advantage. So they are gonna poke around on every avenue of the map for now, trying to push to the smoke outside of A as it fades. They did see the omen. Stun comes in as Rakushona tries to slow down this push. Ravage Lust in a good position to deny and get the first frag. Trying to push in through stairs will be Savage. He will be pushed back into the smoke. Lumba comes in to hold him behind. Mock finding that kill onto Nyx. Making those sheriffs count. Pathu's trying to go for a flank, trying to flash the backside, allowing his teammates to go for kills. Instead, Rakushona will get the shot onto Mock. 4v3 situation. Again, no weaponry picked up. All sheriffs. Pathus, does he go aggressive on this flash and peek? Maybe he will and gets the shot onto Rakushona. Should know there's a player in pit. 3 HP though, but doesn't matter. Ravage Lust with the Spectre able to win it out. Triple kill for him as the spike diffuser should come in handy. 8-6 the scoreline after.
Thanks.
I mean, despite the win, gotta say there was
I love explosions.
some spots where Bang Bros could have been a bit more stronger or attentive in general.
Yep. There were a lot of gaps on the defensive side, but maybe they left those gaps because they expected their opponents to go in for fights like this or plays like this, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for this particular round, but they need to fill in those gaps in this particular buy round for the members of Red Wings. You are going to be playing on your bonus, but if you're not careful in what you do next, could be giving your opponents more space than you can ever imagine. Possibility of a C rush now being present for the members of Red Wings. They're doubling their way towards that C site. They want the information. And Mallory, he's going to be the first one to take contact. ESO.
Found them.
Not really going to be the one. Sorry, ESD. He's not really going to be the one to survive that particular engagement. C site now being completely taken over. You don't have that initiator to brute force your way in towards the side. Nyx does get the kill though overall. That's your flanker now completely gone, done and dusted. And Red Wings, the inside of the site, they're not even extending. This could just go from bad to worse. Yes, the weapons are weaker, but to play inside of the site like this without an extension, this is such a risky play. Red Wings, what's your game plan here?
Rakushona tries to go for a play, but Pathos and Savage take him down. Ravageless trying to make a difference, but he's gonna be the only one alive right now, getting surrounded from all sides. And Mock take him down, and that was, yeah, I completely agree. It's such a weird positioning to go off of. Giving away another round to Red Wings. They do not need to lose out on any more. 9-6 the scoreline for now. Still a 3-round gap between these teams. Bang Bros still have some money to work with. An operator comes in from Nyx. So will Red Wings. They are gonna go for Vandals. Pathu sticking to that Bulldog. No massive ultimates coming in for either side just yet. Pathos will be one off that breach. That breach ulti. If he does decide to go for it, a retake scenario would not be bad. Denying that retake entry from Bang Bros. Instead, Harry's gonna be the one to find a shot onto Ravage Lust. That's a big kill to find. Ravage Lust has been phenomenal in the danger he carries, the potential of this player on every map. Something you cannot deny. But right now, with 4 players, Bang Bros, they're gonna have a hard time holding on to this. Nyx, with that operator, can hold on to the A-long area a little bit more comfortably. B has been left open to the Killjoy turret. But the C site is the one that Red Wings are gonna go for. Savage might go for a slow peek onto his gun barrel. Might be spotted. Waduhek stunned as the raid satchel comes in. Instead of run and gun, Waduhek finds the kill. Pathus just straight back onto Rakushona, but the potential that Waduhek still has is unbelievable. Through the smoke, finds a third onto Mock. How does he know? The spike plan denied. 30 seconds remaining. Do they run for it? They are gonna try to make a run for it. Maybe go into B. The bot will be still active, giving information. Next operator. Shot not connecting with 10 HP.
Phantom moment.
Oh yeah. They're gonna run all the way to A actually. Reach ultimate is available for Pathos. That might set up
10 seconds left.
teammate for a couple of kills. Mallory positioned so far deep into stairs. Are they gonna read this is the question. Waduhek's position could be immense. Mallory finds the kill onto ESD. Will fall back. They are considering this flank, and Waduhek might be spotted out. The shot comes in. Flash connects a little bit too late on a 4K. Nick still on that operator. Ultimate committed. Pit player dropped. Noise heard, and Nyx to finish it off. After a couple of whiffs, he makes the shot that matters the most. 7-9. Bang Bros are fighting to stay alive.
This would have been theirs once again. How does Waduhek get away with stuff like this? This guy and his raw individual prowess just gives them the edge that they need at each and every turn. And he really needed to go in for that kill to be able to shut down Waduhek there. He was in the perfect off angle as well. The positioning was good. The thing is, Red Wings, the positioning was perfect, but they're missing their shots. Well, for the members of Bang Bros, even though they're getting completely caught off guard in a lot of these instances, they're able to catch themselves so quickly compared to the members of Red Wings. And unless this gap is met soon, Red Wings are bleeding out rounds. And Bang Bros, they're just getting closer and closer to that scoreline to match with them. That's gonna be the first hit here already. Nyx takes a backseat. That's the operator, no longer on the table. They're gonna be able to pick that up, salvage it. But even then, they're not gonna be happy of where this one goes moving forward. Beautiful shot coming in from Mock. He's able to shut down another, and a very fast rush coming through for the members of Red Wings. That last round They were hurt by it, that is for certain. And they are taking more than they deserve moving forward. Ravage Lust finally being able to humble out the members of Red Wings here. But still, regardless of that, this is going to be an impossible task for him to try and accomplish. To prevent the double digits, he needs to make sure the shots connect here for him. Not really the best of weapons, but Ravage Lost. He could just be the one to do it. Satchel's across. He has no idea exactly where Introvert is. A little bit too rushed from the members of Bang Bros. That's the inexperience taking over there. His intro. Knowing him, cool, calm, and collected as per usual, doesn't even flinch under the pressure. 10-7, ladies and gentlemen, as double digits have been established by the members of Red Wings, but even then, Bang Bros, they could easily take an eye for an eye here, even on this eco round.
Yeah, they need to. Forced to an eco, they need to take initiative. They need to find a way to make this round worth it. Get out with the most value. They are gonna push out a B this time. C rush is the plan for Red Wings.
Face your fear!
Control of the side, Fade ultimately down. 50 comes in as well, but no kills just of yet. Pushing in deep. He's gonna take down Rakushan all the way in CT and doesn't overextend. Falls back, instead pushing with his team towards Waterfall. They know the weapon's different and they know they can take these fights easily. They're making it down. Coming in from the flank, ESD will be taken down. Nyx as well. And the flank not mattering at all. 11-7 is the scoreline, and Bang Bros just constantly put in a position of pressure, unable to really stand a chance. They did have limited weaponry, but again, Red Wings, they didn't give them any space. They didn't give them any quarter. They rushed in. They knew they could take these fights easily 1v1. They instead opted to go for numbers. They took double peaks. They played utility. And even with a proper buy, that would have been a hard push to deny. That would have been a hard thing to fight back off of. And again, the maintained momentum allowed them to keep control of the side. This time though, buy towards the side of Bang Bros. They will have ultimates as well. Again, a C-side push.
You should run.
Gonna come in and Nyx aware. Oh, Lord Peaks, what are you doing, my guy? Stun comes in, they're gonna be forced to fall back. Instead, a flank push comes in. They're trying to fight off of this, and the double duelists are gonna be in a lot of trouble. Mock finds one, Inter with the follow-up, and they deny the entry. Lockdown does come in, and the entry towards the side of C is done. Spike not planted though. Still have time. The 2v4 situation approaches them. ESD. Nade comes in.
Spike planted. Last player
Double
standing.
swing,
Good
gets
shot.
one with the trade. Push coming in and Rakushan doesn't connect, doesn't hit the shots. Match point for Red Wings, and this could be the nail in the
Match
coffin.
point.
They will bring their A game in Haven in the next map. Bang Bros just mounting the pressure. Critical that they make the most of these last few rounds.
It's even more crucial for them to bring in that round difference here. Even then, the members of Red Wings, they're just utilizing these fast, over-execute heavy rushes to completely shut down their opponents in more ways than one. That's not what you want to see. ESD putting on the opposite end of this. A little bit of a nade and a present from Introvert to just scare their opposition onto the B side here, but to make an instant rotation towards the opposite end of C? What's the game plan? Because Red Wings now, they're playing the mind games. As Bang Bros, they're scratching their heads on exactly what kind of an execute could be coming for them here. But I like the positioning. Once again, the members of Bang Bros, wiser beyond their years, even without the experience, they know which angles that they need to take here, one after the other. Shots connect, and once again, Nyx, the magician with the Blade Storm, comes alive, takes the 2 kills, and keeps the man advantage going in their favor. And even then, Nyx, he's low on HP, needs to be careful of where they're going to be heading on to. Perfectly done. Wadu Hack, no idea that one of the players inside of the site. The extensions need to happen soon, and if it doesn't happen quickly, they could be in for a world of hurt. Small, he's trying to get in position. And I like the idea of it. He swings across. He's going to be able to find the kill. He shuts down 2, and he's going to be able to destroy the lockdown in the process as well. Beautifully done. That's all that they required. Mawk, he's still going for more. Mawk with a 4th as well. Possibly, but the shot does not connect. And with that, last player remaining, they know his exact position, but they are not risking the fight just yet. One on the top, one at the bottom. Both of them can easily take the fight together here if they want to. Not risking the play. He's not risking the fight just yet, but Ravage Lust could just possibly go in big. Ultimate is perfect. Look at the walk up. Ravage Lust, he's playing the mind games, going for the kill, but Batu, he has the better positions. Expected the bluff, and he played for it. 13-7, ladies and gentlemen. Red Wings, they take the victory, and the map of Lotus is now under their belt.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna be so effective going into the next map. The better positioning from Pathus on the last round. No way he read that. No way he knew where he was. And he didn't even go for any kind of jump peek or anything to sort of figure out where that was. If that rocket connected, that round could have easily gone, and we'd still be talking about how they're gonna try and maintain this comeback. But instead, it's gonna be Red Wings taking the first map under their belt. They're going to be going into the follow-up with a massive advantage. Now, Bang Bros, what do you do about this situation? That is so hard to be, and the potential that their opposition has, that is their map pick. They are going to go into attack. They are going to go into Haven with the advantage. So, Bang Bros, they have a lot of... The odds are stacked against them. And knowing that this is a semi-final matchup, the winner goes to the grand finals. That is going to happen the day after tomorrow, after the second semi-finals, that is tomorrow. A lot on the line, Bang Bros, they're definitely feeling the pressure. Now, if you are, say, a coach or an IGL for a team that is Bang Bros, in this situation, what do you even say to them? How do you motivate them to take this next map a little bit more, strongly, a little bit more confidently against a side like Red Wings?
You're just going to need to see where this is going to be going for them, because I think a little bit more proactivity is a must, because you're giving too much space over to Red Wings, and Red Wings is a team that can really utilize that space and completely shut you down in more ways than one if you are not careful about it. But overall, I would say a really good try from all of the members of Bang Bros. Their aim is just sublime, I'll have to say. A couple of these shots coming in from players such as Ravage Lust, Nyx didn't really have the performance that we know him to have on the previous matches, but maybe he's just having a bad day. But Wadu Heck really coming alive when they need him. The individual performances are there, but if those individual performances are a little bit too far in between, they can't really match up against the team performance that the members of Red Wings are bringing onto the table. Enan's not really having the best of games here either. When Enan is the one to really step up to the table, this is a completely different team for the side of Red Wings. We have seen this in the past when he was still on the roster. Now that he's kind of like the 6th player, it's a bit different, but at the same time, there's so many different avenues that the team of Red Wings can go for on the map of Haven. This is a map that they're a lot more comfortable in. Plus, don't forget, it's one of Savage. It's the map where Savage pretty much made his name. To have that Odin in his hands, be towards Heaven, be towards Garage, and mow down every single attacker that comes down in his way. It's gonna be scary of what's awaiting the members of Bang Bros on this next particular map. And Wadu Heck, even though he had a phenomenal performance here with 17 kills to his name, Mawk was able to top that as a controller, being on 22. That is exactly what is being brought onto the table here.
Yeah. And it felt like that almost all of the players from the side of Red Wings, they each individually had their own fragging moments, and everyone showed up to the game with the best of aims. They all dominated individually. Even when they're working together, they helped each other out, trying to take double peaks, trying to go for trades with utility. They did all that stuff, and mechanically, they just seemed a lot more stronger compared to their opponents. Bang Bros, we do know they have that mechanical prowess. We know that they are able to come out on top and even stand toe to toe against, a team like Red Wings, even players in the Egoists. They have that potential, but again, they need to work on that composition. They need to work on taking the fights in a more united fashion, in a more cohesive fashion. and play the utility a little bit better. They have all these ingredients, they just need to refine it. And it might be a little bit too much to ask for in the map of Haven against a team like Red Wings, but I mean, that's the situation they're in. It's now or never. You gotta make it count, you gotta go big. And what better way to just mow down Red Wings in their own map, in a map that they are known to be extremely proactive on. It's a lot to ask for, but we do know that they can pull that off from time to time. So let's just see how it goes down. But I gotta say, they do need to focus more on that composition, right? And even on a map like Haven, I do hope they rethink about how they're gonna play the initiators, how they're gonna pick agents that provide information for their more aggressive players on the front lines. Because that is, even though that didn't really end up being that a major factor in this map, in a lot of scenarios it was actually. A few other retakes, if you had certain agents, like we saw retakes where Introvert was paired with his Breach, he had his Fade alongside him, making that retake so much more easier, positioning the players inside the site to go into peaks, to take fights, making them really feel uncomfortable with those utilities. It did come up to be quite effective, but again, in a map like Haven, you will need a similar composition to go into that, because map control will be critical there, and being able to rotate fast, coming in for lurks, coming in the flank, you will need that information to support your teammates. So Bang Bros, there's a lot of thinking to do, and I hope they're on that right now as we are waiting for the second map to start.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to be heading on down over into a very short little break, ladies and gentlemen, as you set everything up. Get ready, get your snacks ready, or even your dinner ready in the background while we get things up and prepped. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a lot more Valorant action.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ারের ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me. Oh my god! Come on, brother, please, no!
Our service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ার ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me. Come on, brother, please, no.
Our service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ার ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me.
service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This time I did not miss the cue. Welcome back to the Inspire Valorant Championship semi-finals, day 1. Going into map 2, it is Red Wings versus Bang Bros. We're gonna go into Haven very soon, but the first map was taken by force, essentially, by the side of Red Wings. They do lead the series 1-0, and things, the way we saw the first map, things are looking up for them. They might take this in a 2-0 clean slate if and unless Bang Bros do something about it. Now, do they have that potential?
Absolutely.
Certainly they do. But can they bring that to the table in this map of Haven that heavily favors Red Wings, by the way, which they picked, which they're going to be attacking on the first half? Things are looking very bleak if you're a Bang Bros fan right now.
Absolutely. There's a lot of different things that you need to worry about here, especially when you are on the side of Bang Bros. Not only have you given away one of the key maps that you could have won on, you're also going up against Red Wings that have taken away other maps from one of the greatest teams in the entire country. All Stars got reverse swept by them on this particular map. It all started here, and the map of Haven is not really a map that you want to keep open in the arsenal up against a team of this caliber. But I digress. I can be the person who doom and glooms about this all the time, all day in and out, but that's kind of the thing. You have instances where a particular team can really rise up to the challenge and really challenge these grades. It's a David versus Goliath story for that very particular reason, that the members of Bang Bros, they are not really people without a weapon. They have their aim, their raw mechanical skill in a lot of these situations far outshone anything that we witnessed from any of the members of Red Wings. But it's that moment of adaptability that really separates both of these teams. The idea of adapting on the fly, being able to make very bad situations into good ones, that is what was missing in a lot of the rounds that the members of Bang Bros started to lose out on. being able to make that split-second decision that, okay, I need to use my utility here. I need to make the extension on this portion of the map. I need to immediately get my ultimate ready, or maybe place a smoke in a much more unorthodox position, push through my own smoke and make a play from there. That is what will differentiate both of these teams. I think it's a little bit too late to say that, okay, they need a strategy. They need to maybe go in for a 1-2-3 comp on this type of position. Maybe the Jet needs to change their dashes. I don't think that is what's going to differentiate both of these teams. It's about having the adaptability to match up to what the members of Red Wings are really going to be capable of. That will make a difference here. Because now that the comfort is present for Red Wings, they may get a little bit too relaxed in the positions that they're in. And maybe that relaxed spot is what could be the tipping point for the members of Bang Bros to take this map and send us over onto the map of Bind.
Yeah, Bang Bros certainly have a lot going for them if they are able to win this out. Easier said than done, as we said. They have to change critical parts of how they play as a team to be able to stand a chance in this map of Haven. That is easier said than done. But if they do manage to do that, we will be going on to Bind. And even though that is a bit of a stretch, I feel like in that map, it could be anyone's game at that point, because there will be an aspect of aggression combined with how you take control of specific parts of the map that both teams will be able to play off of. So essentially, Bang Bros are trying to fight to stay alive in this, just to get that chance to have a equal footing with a team like Red Wings and be able to sort of step toe-to-toe with them in the map of Bind, where confidence is going to be key. But right now, they do have to look at the hurdle that is right in front of them, and they need to get through it in the most effective fashion. Because if you give room to Red Wings, we saw how aggressive they were in certain positions, even while being on defense in a map of Lotus. They can certainly do that in the map of Haven as well. And the map that has been in the map pool for a lot longer, people are coming up with new ways to come out aggressively, even from sites like C or A, that are a little bit isolated from the main areas. People usually come out from Garage and B main. That is sort of the general idea of trying to rush while on defense. But we have seen slow lurks pushing out of C, or an aggressive operator in sewers that really catches these attackers off guard. And Red Wings have those players. Red Wings have those strategies, and they know how to play those in a very effective manner. We saw the utility coming in the Breach and the Fate, setting up their raise. Things similar can happen in the map of Haven. It's, utility-wise, it's pretty much the same thing in a lot of these scenarios. So they already have proven that we can do these. You just have to counter them. And how do you do that? You have to figure out when they're doing what, and you have to come up with a perfect counter for that. That is a critical thing that you will have to overcome. It's not something that you can just, all right, this is what we do. It's a switch. We turned it on. Now we're doing it. No, you have to come up with a strategy and plan, and you have to build that over time through the course of the game. It's not just a one and done. That will be a challenge for Bang Bros, and let's see if they can make that happen, though. But before that, they just need to reorganize themselves. That was a massive hit that they took in the map of Lotus, and in a map like in a game style of a best of 3 where you have a series, you cannot let the first game affect you. You have to let it go in the past. It's you have to make sure that we are 100% focused on this current map. We need a win. We cannot have any room for the past weights to weigh us down and affect us. We saw that those how they were, the players of Bang Bros, they were quite significantly affected by the aggressive plays of Red Wings whenever they lost aim duels, whenever they got styled on with utility, and that definitely set the tone for the next few rounds where they weren't even able to confidently take peaks. Think about this in a larger span. Think about this in a span of maps. If you lose a map like that, this will definitely carry through in the next one. So being able to let go of that will be critical. But yeah, taking a look at the maps again, Red Wings on attack, defense by Bang Bros for the first half. That's really going to test their mettle.
We're really going to need to see where Haven's going to be on par or not for both of these teams, because I think the map of Lotus gave us a taste of what a three-sided map is going to look like for them, but to go up against Red Wings on a three-sided map, they're putting a little bit too much emphasis on that individual prowess that they do have and not the adaptability. And I think that this is true for a lot of Bangladeshi players, that when it comes down to having that adaptability, they're just a bit too far in between of what they're truly going to be capable of. And those capabilities will really come into play a lot more and be apparent to everyone once the map starts to get heated up more and more. As the rounds pass, the pressure builds up, you're starting to feel fatigued, and don't forget, it's pretty late into the night as well. It's nearly 11:30. A lot of these players, if they are following a proper sleep schedule, they are going to start to feel a little bit tired going into this. So regardless of all of that, there's a lot of different factors that can go into the mental of the game of Valorant. And I talk about this all the time, that Valorant as a game, it's a game about mentality. And Bang Bros bringing out a Sky on this map? Double Initiator is a play, but a Sky?
A Sky and a Sova.
I'm confused. Like, this used to be a very good composition back in the day when Sky had those two flashes that regenerated, and the very powerful and overpowered Trailblazer. But now, I'm super confused.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they utilize this. I feel like the Trailblazer is still a valid piece of utility, but you also have that Sova drone. They're gonna have to be really fast on this if they wanna, especially on attack, if they do wanna utilize that properly. But again, it's gonna be interesting to see how they make this work. And even on defense, I guess they're gonna be really trying to put emphasis on the players walking into the site for the retake, the duelists specifically, and trying to support them as much as they can. In this case, it's gonna be Nyx, only one duelist coming in. They did go for a double initiator composition, so that will make things interesting. On the other hand, Red Wings, they are going for a more tried and tested composition with the Breach and the Sova. This I can see work on attack quite effectively. But yeah, there's a lot to be answered. I believe we do have is that a substitution for the side of Red Wings?
Ah, yes. Welcome back to our favorite Doomsday. He's back on the server here already. And this is where the firepower just gets added onto the table. It's like insult to injury, to say the very least, as fast rush now in towards the A side. They're just going to be able to run things down one after the other. The control is theirs, and the push, ever so present. This is the members of Red Wings for you, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as they have their players on guard, and as soon as the map is theirs to take, they are relentless at each and every regard.
That they certainly are, and it's working out so far. They will be taking their first strong advantage going in. Byron should be a thing, and they will be going for the weapons Guardian in the hands of Doomsday Savage with the Vandal, and this will give them an advantage in the follow-up. On the attack, a fast approach is what they're going for, and now a lot of pressure on Waduhek, as he is gonna be the one to sort of take the blunt of this attack on the seaside. And they are going surprisingly slow for a Byron, but now they are picking up the pace as the Breach is ready to provide the utility for the entry. The flash comes in, and yes, he's forced to fall back. He will die out as he's unable to get out of his targets in time. Pathus with on the Guardian, sorry, one with the Ghost onto Waduhek. The retake is underway, but the lack of weaponry making it a much difficult one to make to get out of. Doomsday with a follow-up on Ravageless. Rakushona does trade. Can he pick up a weapon? No, unfortunately, low HP. He will be pushed all the way back to CT. Doomsday is ready for another peek. Doesn't spot anyone just yet. And the peek comes in. He's gonna walk into the smoke, and that's gonna be a triple kill for him. Pathus with his own, finishing things off onto Nyx. A 2-0 scoreline coming in, and Red Wings extend the lead. This is the opportunity Bang Bros were looking for as the buy round comes in. They will have some guns. They'll have utility. If they are to make a dent in this very, very ferocious attack that the side of Red Wings have been coming up with, now is the opportunity.
That goes there.
Can they make the most of it is the question.
It's gonna need to wait and see where this is gonna be going for them too.
Flash out!
It's now once more the members of Red Wings turning up the heat here already. Lineups, dog darts up and present and ready as we do see a little bit of a fake dash here coming out from them. Instantaneous trades coming out from either side. Slight bit of a weapon upgrade for them too. They're gonna be able to run their way down, but never mind. Mock not really clearing out the corners. Could be dangerous, but even then, Doomsday keeping things competitive and keeping things alive here. He needs to be the difference maker for his team. Looking for another kill. Not going to be able to get it just yet, but with the breach still present on towards the server, it's all dependent on this first kill. Nick's able to shut down one more. Swings across. The shot does connect, and never mind. Doomsday! He gets the double. He's looking for the last, but Nick's diffs him out on the very last engagement. Doesn't really come into the ploy here just yet. 1-2. As Bang Bros, they're thanking their lucky stars for that one. But for Red Wings, this was a very successful bonus round for them.
You could even see the sigh of relief on next to the camera. He knew that that was a little bit too close for comfort. Losing out on a lot of players though, that will hurt their money game just a little bit. Red Wings can go for full buys. Blaze Storms available on Doomsday. As the rest of the players of Bang Bros are gonna go for really cheap options, a Stinger and a couple of Sheriffs. They're gonna try and pick up these weapons. That will be very critical for them to do so. It's a mid-aggression, B-side aggression starts things off for Red Wings on this 4th round. The stun should come in and Doomsday dashes in, knows the player's in A-Link. He's trying to bait him out to take a fight. Will he step into the smoke? He has a teammate. He will do it and he connects the shot. Sheriff not working out. Knows one more is there. Ravage Lust being cornered and taken down. Now they're gonna focus onto the C site where ESD does get one, but it's not enough. Flank from Wadu Heck comes in. And they are denied. With that, a 3-1 scoreline. The lead is maintained and they keep going. Red Wings not giving them any quarter. I feel like the lack of weaponry was a big factor, and that's what happens when you lose out when, on players on your buy round, the 3rd round of the game. If you lose the pistol, you really don't want to lose out many players. At most one or two. That should give you enough rifles to go into the next one, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Bang Bros will be going in with a 3-1 scoreline. They will have buys now, which should be quite effective as they are gonna be under pressure on the A side. Rotations are underway, but Ravage Lust not leaving the site just yet. Trying to maintain Sewer's control as he does take down Introvert. That's a big frag. Retake underway as Nyx finds Doomsday. Wide swing and Savage punishes him. Savage taking another aggressive position. Trailblazer comes in, doesn't spot him. Does not spot him and he's in the corner. This could be critical. They're just baiting him out now. They're baiting out these players for the retake. And Savage in a dangerous spot. The flash comes in but doesn't spot him. Are they gonna clear this? One player in heaven as well. Spike hasn't gone down yet. The peak comes in, but what the heck with the support? He's gonna keep his teammate alive. 4v2. Pathu's solo. Recon comes in. They spot him. Arax is trying to support Mock, keeping his teammate alive. Shock darts do come in. Connecting. The swing is there. Pathus falls, and they know where the last one is. Oh, the ultimate comes in towards B, and just outside the trip. Are they gonna clear this is the question. Sona does, and the swing is good.
Yes, chance.
That could have been Mock's opportunity to keep his team in the lead. Try and clutch this out. But Bang Bros, good reaction. And again, we don't see Savage able to make value out of that positioning. Could have been massive, but for now, 3-2. Bang Bros still keeping themselves alive, still having money as well.
Could have easily taken this one away from them. Good ideas, but once again, it's just these missed shots here and there that's really causing them problems. Unless we see a big change coming through from that, you are in for a pretty tough and rude reawakening here. Once more, fast rush for the members of Red Wings. They're just trying to double key their way forward. Doomsday, absolute legend here with that Blade Storm. Nyx, regardless of it, goes in for the right click, shuts down Doomsday before he gets a little bit too overly aggressive. Mock with the teleport, able to get the forward position that he wants for his team. Now looking for more. Angle already cleared out. Savage once again in the sneaky position, but he can just live there for as long as he possibly can because Red Wings, they're ready for it this time. They're gonna back him up. Goes for the last engagement, and what the heck, not really able to shine the brightest as he did previously, but for Red Wings, you blink and you miss it. This round just started and it's already over. They're doing it fast and they're doing it in a clean and concise fashion. 2-4. Bangros, they take one round away, but Red Wings, they answer back in kind in a very quick and clean fashion.
Seems like they're not going to give Bang Bros a single opportunity to be in a more stable situation, to get comfortable in this map. We can see the pings come in. They are going to look at a very aggressive set piece towards the side of C, and with the lack of weaponry, it's going to be hard to hold on to. Autohack and ESD near the garage area could try and deny. They are going for an aggressive push. Spots out the Cypher Introvert. It's a very, very mechanically gifted man on a very supportive agent as the C-side has been taken over. Spike going down in the hands of Pathus. He will have that ultimate now. Neural Theft available for Introvert, but this flank positioning can be really effective. They are reading this Introvert, ready for it. Peeks, but doesn't connect the shots. Can pick up a gun, but it's in the open. We do see supporting players come in. Savage, the flash is there. He's trying to swing, triple peek, one, but not the two. Ravageless able to get the frag. Neural Theft uses the cage to try and pick up these guns. 4v3 situation, and Mock immediately shuts him down. Nyx with a follow-up, Hunter's Fury out and gets the shot onto Mock. Not before he gets two of his own, and Nyx with a great shot on the Sheriff to keep his team alive. 3-4, they can pick up some guns and they can maintain their economy. Hunter's Fury committed, Neural Theft committed, and it all pays off. 4-3, Bang Bros, they are not letting them run away with it. Trying to stay toe-to-toe against the giants of Red Wing.
This is what I meant, right? When Nyx is having a good game here, that last match from Nyx was not really the one that you expected, right? It could have been so much better. And now that Nyx has really stepped onto the plate here, things are taking a turn for the better. So overall, the members of Red Wings planning things out very beautifully here. So overall, another seaside rush could just be imminent for them. Tripwire placed in a precarious position, but it's just not going to be able to do much. These are kill trips. These kill trips does not really bode well for the defenders anymore. You play those ciphers on info trips these days because you want to stop them from overly aggressing into positions like this. Shots need to connect and they're going to be able to do so. Key opportunities missed, but the backup is present. This is the Red Wings for you, ladies and gentlemen. Fast, clean, and precise. Ultimate, now Pop, trying to give them a tiny bit more space to play around with. Pato with the Stinger, being able to shut down two. Last one, already spotted and ready. Knows the position, and Nyx, he needs to make a run for it. His position now compromised. Savage with a couple of jiggles. He's just playing around with his own food. And then he does it. Walks away from the keyboard as well. This is Savage, ladies and gentlemen. He maybe went to the bathroom actually, never mind. He just walked away from it.
He just hyped, man. He just hyped. After a play like that, you gotta feel that rhythm a little bit. Feel it out, let it flow through your body. With the 3-5 lead, again, a battered economy for the side of Bang Bros. They can't find any room to breathe. They win a few rounds, they win a couple of rounds, and then immediately shut down by Red Wings. Not even able to tie things out. There's Introvert. Does he have a gun? I think he still has a gun. And now Doomsday trying to push towards the C-side. Cypher Utility will slow him down, not for long. Breach Stun does connect and denying him entry towards this garage area.
I know exactly
Introvert finding one onto ESD outside garage. He's gonna try and push B and apply some pressure. Garage control established. They're not really ready for this window peek. The flash comes in. Here comes Mock, and from behind Doomsday. What an execution! They just absolutely sandwiched them. And with that, a 2v4 situation. They know where these players are. Trying to take him out. Not even giving him an opportunity to fight. Ravage does find one, but from behind Doomsday. All onto the jet. Operator connects. 26 HP. He's got to try and keep his team's economy alive. Doesn't connect the shot. The smoke covers. An introvert to finish it off. These are getting a little bit too close for comfort, but the main gist is that Bang Bros, they're having a hard time. You can see the frustration. It's not working out.
It's not going to be able to do much here. Technical pause now being taken here, as small tad bits of problems here and there are present from the side of Bang Bros. As you can tell, 2 operators now getting picked up here, Kirito. This is pretty rough for them, and unless we see a slight change up soon coming out from them, I don't know what to say. It's already 3-6. These rounds are just bleeding away before we can even react, right? What do we break down even? Because the pacing of Red Wings is just far different from what we witnessed from them on the map of Lotus. It's like 2 completely different teams. Previously, this was a team that, yeah, they can go for the push and pull strategy. They will sometimes play defensive. They would play for a default, and suddenly they would pick up their pacing for a very fast rush. But here, in this particular map, it's just all about the rush. They're just ramming their head against the wall until it breaks. Doesn't matter if it's made out of steel, titanium, vibranium, they're just gonna keep on bashing their heads against it until something works out. And now that you have Doomsday as the spear tip, I don't think there's any wall that can stop them unless you try to be the unstoppable force yourself and run into them. Remember what I said before, it's all about the adaptability, being able to make your opponents uncomfortable even when they're the ones initiating a fight. If you're able to do so, then you don't need to play on a defensive hold-in anymore, especially on this particular map.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite difficult for them to get out of this. You know, with the way they're playing, unable to adapt, like we said, it's gonna be a massive dent in their play right now. Massive dent in their confidence overall. Coming out of this situation will be easier said than done. Still gotta say though, impressive stuff from Red Wings playing, and some of the set pieces that we're seeing the last round as they push towards CT, these executions, it's really well done. They have really thought through a lot of these positionings, and if this is pre-planned, that's impressive. But if they're coming up with these on the fly, having the flash from Mock, trying to push to CT, the breach stun to support, Doomsday peeking on from window, they're just outnumbering and outplaying their opponents through these situations. Really impressive. And shows how technical they are in a lot of these fashions. So that will be something that they have going for them if they can maintain this and carry themselves through to the grand finals. Tomorrow they will be finding out who their opponents are if they do get on. Not suggesting anything, not showing any bias, but All-Stars and Egoist, that's a game that we're looking forward to. I mean, it could be despite one of the teams just being named All-Stars, it's pretty much a All-Star event in general, because both those squads have such massive players. They have been in the scene for a long time, and whoever goes up against them, I mean, Red Wings, they might be the Goliaths now, but they will certainly be David Jr. as they go into that match.
Absolutely. You just have to see if the junior squad can really bring themselves onto the plate here, but if the technical pause is going to take a little while longer, we could just head down over into a very short little break as everything does get managed out, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a lot more Valorant action. Oh wait, never mind. We're actually jumping back in towards the game here already, just as I said it.
Presumptuous Aggie, as usual.
Hey, listen.
We both could have used this, alright. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I needed my drink of water. I'm just gonna drink my water right now and allow you to speak again, because I'm just that kind of guy.
That kind of guy. I mean, that kind, I don't know about guy, but okay. Going into the 10th round, Red Wings, massive lead as we see the countdown go down. Barriers will drop. Eco round for the side of Bang Bros, but there isn't much they can afford to go. as they are gonna be running out of rounds. They are gonna run out of opportunities. The seaside execution comes in. A bit of a lurk from Introvert, and they are not gonna check this window position just yet. Garage presence has been established, and they're trying to go for the retake. Blade storms are popped from the end of Nyx, and they will find the lurker. Picks up one gun. That should be more than they need. Actually, that could not be enough. Possibly, as Mock does now discover. Oh, the flash is perfect. And Nyx taken down. A follow-up trade though from Maduhek and Rakushana. Pathu's trying to keep the team alive. Weaponry limited, and Pathu's to clean things up. It's all onto Rakushana in this one scenario. Recon spots him out. Pathu's low and HP. Is he cleared out? The wall bangs don't connect. What is happening? The wall bangs don't connect. They're having knife fights, and it's gonna be Pathu's to win it out with the 4K. My word, what was that? What just happened? The wall bangs are not hitting him. I mean, how much did he have? Like 10 HP? Barely 10 HP. How did he get out of that alive? I think he himself is in disbelief. Like, what just happened? My god.
He's just Patus for a reason.
Oh my word.
Yeah, Patu is my favorite Valorant player for a reason. Don't forget about that.
He is?
Yes, he is. This has been a running joke for the longest time. I even said this multiple times, and Patu knows this as well. Every single time I see him in the lobby at any particular game or anywhere, I keep on telling him, my favorite Valorant player. As you can see, my favorite Valorant player just went in strong here once again. Being able to take the engagement and takes that first initiative here already. Patus immediately runs across on the opposite end as Ravage Lust. Able to find the kills. Sadly, not able to find the frag there. Ravage Lust now heating things up here on his own accord. Savage answers back in kind. 2v3 still on the map. They need to get the spike towards the opposite end of this. The spike still in the hands of Savage here. It all depends on the timing. Play it smart, play it steady. No! They're not going to be able to do so. Never mind, it's already planted towards the A side. I thought that the spike was still in the hands of Savage, but never mind. A little bit of a glitch on the UI, yeah. A little bit of a glitch on the UI. Didn't really expect that. And now Wadu Heck in towards the corner. Mog, he just needs to live inside of the side for as long as he possibly can. Good for the kill, and Savage comes in for the cleanup. 3-8, ladies and gentlemen. And even though this was such a good play coming out from Ravage Lust to get those 2 kills, they were not able to pin down Savage, who was in such a good position. He was able to wrap his way all the way around.
ESD, he could not land that shot, allowing Savage to run into the spawn and keep himself alive, buying time. Buying time for Mock, who's getting the spike down, trying to hold on to the A side. And coming in from the flank to get another kill. I believe it was onto Ravage Lust on the Sova. But regardless, that was a blunder. Bang Bros could have made so much out of that win. But now a rush towards A is coming in. ESD will fall to the hand of Savage in the B site. He's gonna shift his attention to A, where his teammates have established control, getting the spike down. No ultimates just yet.
Spike planted.
Doomsday is one off of the Blade Storm. Now with a 4v5 situation, retake will be quite difficult. Recon will spot out some players as the stun comes in. They're gonna peek off of that, I believe. And Savage finds a shot onto Nyx, and they're exploding out of CT. Doomsday gets one more. Ravage was just straight, but he's being cornered. He's being pushed onto all angles, and with that, they all die out. Rakushana the last to fall, and a 9-3 scoreline. It's a cursed scoreline, even though I don't believe in the curse, but right now, the Bang Bros will take any advantage they can get. Can they build up this 6-round gap, starting with the pistol? It's a question that I need answers to. Let's just see if they can manage to do that. They do have an interesting composition. They will be having a lot of information to play off of, but can they play off of that information is the question. No real stuns coming in. ESD can provide some flash support, Rakushana as well, but the breach utility could have been so useful here.
Yeah, it's just a very big compositional difference. Not even the breach, honestly. They need, if they wanted to go in for a different composition, even a double duelist would have worked out. I would have loved to see maybe a ISO or a Euro composition come through, and I'm pretty sure that Bang Bros would be a team that really utilized that composition to its fullest, but instead they're in a pretty tough and precarious situation. Beautiful shot coming through. Never mind, the defenders, they're just doubly kicking their way in. Wait a minute. This was supposed to be the other way around because of the kills coming through from Bang Bros right at the very beginning stages of this fight. Wadu Heck spots out one of the players, waiting to see if Batu gets a little bit too overzealous here for a couple of his peaks. I love the fact that Wadu Heck, he's playing this one slow, going for the first engagement. He's good for the shot, and he's going to be good for the second as well. This is the cleanup from Wadu Heck.
Absolutely.
Good God.
Man. They get one on the board. What can they do after this is the question. Can they follow this through? They have an advantage. They have some momentum. Can they carry through with it? Bang Bros. See the light at the end of the tunnel, but can they keep following it? Buys will come in. A couple of bulldogs. Actually, all bulldogs. A stinger in the hands of Nyx. Might be trying to save up for an operator. A forced marshal from Doomsday. That could be effective, as he will do some damage. Half armor on a bunch of these players, making it easier for the rest of the pistols to get these shots in. He will connect onto Nyx, but Ravage does with a quick trade. The Jets showing their prowess. Now here comes the Trailblazer. Shock darts there. Savage will be spotted out. Sewer is where he's gonna play around. But instead he has support now, trying to peek on main, trying to play with his breach. These initiators holding back the attack. No progress from the side of Sewers either. They're gonna fall back. A 4v4 situation. Weapons differential doesn't feel like it. They're giving respect to these pistols. They're gonna fall back. And I think the defenders, Red Wings, have that realization as well, and now they're going to be bolstering these other avenues. B-side is open, though.
Revealing area.
I'm gonna try to make sentry. I don't think they're gonna be forcing this. Yeah, they're gonna be walking into garage possibly. Play in towards B.
Going B, they do have Pathos now. What is happening?
I think that they end this on B. It's gonna be questionable if they do so, because the amount of smokes that could be present and the scare is gonna be huge. That's what I meant. They're gonna try to go in through garage, and it's gonna it's away with murder. And once again, Mock just does Mock things as per usual.
2v2 running out of time. 1v2 actually. What the UI didn't work out there for a second, but now it's a 1v2. Oh, they're not going for the spike plan. He could get the kill. Trying to bait out this fight, but Pathos knows he has no time anymore. Trying to rush to get the frag. Can he do it? No, he won't. He won't. Or did he? No, he didn't, right?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. It's gonna be a 10-4. And Bang Bros, it was looking so good. Should he have committed to the spike plan? Try and make this a 1v2? Maybe, but he played off with the bait. He could have, but he did really... With the time situation, I don't think... who was the other player? It was Savage, I believe. I don't think Savage could have expected him to really swing. He made a sacrifice there, essentially. He couldn't just get the final kill. Pathos was able to dodge and weave out of that. But yeah, double digits 10-4. Mock as well with the shorty. That should not have been 2. Possibly 1, but that should not have been 2. That is a big blunder.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just at a loss for words at this point, Gato, because it all really is dependent on how Red Wings are going to be carrying themselves forward from here on out. They have the stronger weapons, they have double digits, they have all the advantages in the entire world, but if Bang Bros are able to maybe take this round away for themselves, it's a completely different story. Little bit of information being gained now as Monk just spots out Ravage Lust. Completely isolated on the island, one by one. They're just cleaning things up. Bang Bros, they're by themselves. Not a single one's ready for a trade. They're playing for the default, yes, but how well is their default gonna work if you're gonna die out like this? Teleport over from the opposite side. Rakushona good for 1 kill, but just gets traded out almost simultaneously. 4-11 as Red Wings, they are looking relentless. Painting the floors of the map of Haven with the blood of their opponents. One after the other, they're dropping. The rounds are slipping. Bang Bros, how do you want to turn this one around? Because at this stage, at this point,
This is a nice spot.
Miracle.
unless you're able to, yeah, you need a miracle to try and make this one work.
Well, half of the miracle is gonna be the buy. They will have money to play off of. 4 Vandals and a Spectre. I'm trying to walk in to see, and they're not really defending this Red Wings. The retake is just that good, honestly. Shock Dart coming, doesn't destroy the tripwire.
No! The tripwire!
That's gonna give him 1 kill onto Nyx. Doing Omen things! He TPs into the side after a frag, and they have no idea where he was.
Match point.
And honestly, I'm kind of surprised. There's only that many spots you can TP to, but that's all Mock needed. As he gets a 17 to 10 score, KDA. 19 to 10 on Doomsday, and they're making this work. That could have been the nail in the coffin. After that, where do you go? How do you come back from this? 12 to 4, and Red Wings, we might just be looking at our first grand finalists. Standing ahead.
Pretty much ready for it too.
Oh, look at the stun!
Never mind.
Stun with the Hunter's Fury, and they're rushing out. They have controlled the spike. Here comes the Jet. Here comes Doomsday getting 1. Can he get the second? He will. They're just broken. They are broken right now. And Mock with the finisher. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. First semi-final done. We have our first grand finalist. It is gonna be Red Wings heading on to secure their first spot. Oh yeah, that was a good showing of how you can properly utilize your composition to maximize the firepower. And honestly, Bang Bros, they really lost their mentality after a few rounds. They in the second half, they didn't have any quarter. They didn't have any room to work with. They saw some round wins, but it just wasn't enough.
Not at all. It's kind of sad to say the very least that a couple of these matches they could have gone in a completely different direction, but in this instance, you'll have to just take what you get and reap what you sow, pretty much. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sad end to the story for the members of Bang Bros. But in a way, they can pat themselves on the back as well and say that we did our best. We went toe-to-toe up against one of the best teams in the entire country right now, and we're able to win out on a lot of their aim duels. But that's kind of the thing. I already told you, map number 1, if you don't win out on that, map number 2, I do not believe you're going to be able to take this away from them. The amount of practice that Red Wings have on this particular map, the comfort that they have here as well, it's better to ban out this map and take any other map, even Abyss, if you even never practiced on it even once, would be a better pickup compared to picking up Haven up against this team. You need to have done that homework for yourself. I think they expected to win map number 1, force and maybe try and do their best efforts on map number 2 and send us over onto map number 3, but those kind of plans, they're very faulty and very dangerous to do. So you took the gamble, and hey, it seems as though you were not gambling men, because this risk really paid. You really paid the ultimate price for it.
Yeah, if that was a gamble, I advise Bang Bros never go to Vegas, because that didn't really pay out well. You had a lot riding on that first map, and I didn't really see that urgency from them in a lot of scenarios, that how critical it was for them to win out on that. You usually have to be a little bit more tactical and come up with a better, agent composition and whatnot, play off of each other a little bit more cohesively, and there were instances of that, but overall I felt like Red Wings were a much more refined team. But speaking of individuality, though, we are going to see Doomsday popping back in as a substitute in this second map and making a name for himself. Seems like the side of Red Wings, they have no shortage of firepower, as we are going to see Doomsday taking that MVP spot, winning out the crest for this match, and Wadu Heck on the opposition, being able to secure an MVP for his team, but again, the difference is just visible. 13 to 14 kill KDA. Meanwhile, 21 to 10. It's just shows the gap of their mechanical skill between the two sides.
Yeah.
They did try to have impact frags on the end of Bang Bros, but again, they just needed that one player to pop off. They needed someone to be the source of all destruction and chaos for their team, honestly. And the Red Wings, they had two. We did see Mock coming up as well. Mock causing that chaos with the Omen. and consistently getting kills. And the best thing that I can really appreciate for the side of Red Wings is that every one of their players, they have that mechanical talent to find impact whenever they need to. They are not reliant on any other particular player to really get them out of any sticky scenarios. If they are in a very difficult position in an aim duel, in a 1v1 or a 1v2, you can bet they can do some damage before going out. And that is going to be another factor that Bang Bros will be lacking on today. We know that players like Ravage Lust, Rakushona, ESD, they have that potential, but it just wasn't their day. And after a few losses, their mental was absolutely drained, and they couldn't really go into a fight with confidence. That in the end contributed them losing out on the second map and giving away the spot to Red Wings. But it was a fun game though overall. You saw a lot of great positioning from either side. Just a little bit more refinement needed for Bang Bros.
All the buts and F and question marks, to say the very least. Well, sorry, of what awaits for them on the opposite end of this. As Bang Bros, I don't think you should take this loss to heart, because as a team, if you just keep on grinding and put in more hours on scrims, I do believe, because I don't think this team has scrimmed as much as a lot of people would have expected. I think this is just a ragtag group of friends that just came together, started playing, and, had that Cinderella run all the way to the quarterfinals, and reality check happened when they went up against a team of Red Wings' caliber. But I'm pleasantly surprised in every regard because of the team play synergy and performances that they were able to put up. This is exactly what these tournaments are for, to create those grassroots for a lot of these teams to really make it to the end-all echelons of Valorant here. And here at Instinct Productions, we're here to do everything that we can to make sure we bring a lot more tournaments for the community to really level themselves up here in the field of Valorant. But that's all that we have for you for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A BO3 that really, I would say, didn't look like it went the distance when it came down to the statistics, but when it came down to the firepower and of course the drive for both of these teams, it was really present. And hey, I'm looking forward for the matches of tomorrow as well. It's going to be another best of 3, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure to hit the like and hit the follow as well for the Facebook page to get notified as soon as we do go live. But that's going to be your boy Aggressive with you, the cat, signing on off. And we're going to be seeing you tomorrow with a lot more Valorant action. Good night and happy gaming, everyone.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ার ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me. Oh my God! Come on, brother, please, no.
Our service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.